Am I the asshole for calling my sister out for editing photos of my daughter? So my 33F daughter is 16 and my sister is 23. My sister is obsessed with her Instagram. Like she posts 3 to 4 times a day. She's got an appearance and standards. My daughter has struggled with her weight for a while. She's 1.8 meters tall and 13 stone. Our goal is to get her down to 11 stone. My sister took a picture of her and my daughter and posted it on Instagram. My daughter was really excited, but when she checked it, she got really upset. She hasn't left her room yet. My sister had heavily edited the picture, so my daughter looked skinny. I was extremely angry and phoned my sister to tell her to take it down / post the unedited photo. She refused, telling me that she just wanted to show the world what a beautiful girl my daughter was and that she promotes health. My daughter is trying to lose weight. It isn't her fault and she's a beautiful, growing girl. My sister has crushed her. So I commented, I'm ashamed. My daughter is beautiful without the heavy editing going on in this photo. Be ashamed, sister, for body shaming a teenager. Take this down immediately and apologize. My sister didn't see it in time and got a bunch of negative comments. She took it down but phoned me in tears saying I hurt her and that she's sorry but she didn't mean it, etc. My husband thinks that I went overkill. Am I the asshole? Nope, absolutely NTA. Your sister is 23. We have all done shitty things at that age, but she is an adult. Her shitty actions hurt her child, your child, and all for the sake of her Instagram mission. You'd be a bad mom if you hadn't done something fast. Ops sister's mission doesn't even make sense. She wants to promote health by photoshopping. Photoshopping is probably the least healthy thing you can do for your body and self-esteem. Promoting health is a dog whistle. Does that only apply to racism? I'm not sure what else to call it. For fat shaming. She was informed of her shitty behavior, refused to listen, and only cared when her followers were upset with her lies. She's not sad for doing something wrong. She's sad she got caught apostrophe, but now everyone knows she edits the hell out of her photos, and she is a big faking liar. Probably what she is thinking, and now her life is over. I don't get why people chase after the likes as hard as they do. I guess one might be able to make money with it, but they can also make money holding a sign and standing on a street corner. Well NTA, I'm side-eyeing your weight goals for your kid. She is 16. At her height and 13 stone, she is in the overweight category by 3 lbs. Her weight will fluctuate by twice that during her period, for goodness sake. Dropping her weight to 11 stone puts her quite far towards the bottom of what is considered a healthy weight for her height. Honestly, rather than having a weight goal, it would likely be a lot better for your daughter from a mental health POV to have health goals. Things like running a 5k or lifting a certain weight, especially at the age of 16, when her body is still growing. I'd go have a chat with a dietitian if you're concerned, but at her age, focusing so exclusively on the number on the scale is not setting her up for a good relationship with her weight for the rest of her life. NTA, absolutely NTA, you go, Mama Bear. As someone who has struggled with weight all my life, this is so damaging. If your daughter had welcomed the photo, that would be another matter, but as you wrote it, it sounds like it hurt her a lot. Your sister should have taken it down immediately, and you, rightfully, commented that she should remove it, and she got backlash. I fail to see how this is not entirely her own fault. NTA. These Instagram obsessions go way too far. People become inhuman and callous toward others in a bunch of ways. Editing a kid's picture to make them look skinny is one of the ugliest sides of this. The editing is ugly, but the thing that really turns my stomach is that the woman heard your niece is heartbroken, locked in her room, and sobbing and didn't give a damn. But the second she gets negative comments, she's suddenly sorry. I'm sorry, I have to say, Esh. Why are you trying to make your daughter 11 stone? She's 1.80 meters. 13 stone is a perfectly fine weight for that height. Yes, she's just over the line technically with BMI, but BMI is generally a bad measure, and even worse once you start becoming above average height. She definitely does not need to get to 11 stone to be healthy. Even if you wanted to go by BMI, she only has to lose like 2 pounds to get within the healthy weight range. Yes, your sister is much more of tar, but stop trying to force your daughter to lose weight when it's completely unnecessary. NTA. First of all, telling me that she just wanted to show the world what a beautiful girl my daughter was. That obviously wasn't her goal, as she didn't show anyone how beautiful your daughter is, or even what your daughter actually looks like. Editing her photo in the first place was extremely gross. All it tells your daughter is that she's not good enough and her aunt is embarrassed of her. And if any of her schoolmates saw it, she'd be torn to bits. She's not sorry that she did it, as you tried to go to her to remove it and she refused. She didn't care that it had hurt your daughter. She didn't care that it had hurt you. All she cared about were her social media audience and her public image, as evidenced by the fact that her devastated niece and furious sister begging her to remove the photo didn't matter to her, but her followers calling her out did. Your sister shouldn't upset with you for calling her out. She should be upset with herself, because she cares more about the opinions of strangers on the internet than the actual harm she did to your child. As for your husband, what would he have had you do when she refused to take it down? Your sister most of all, because what she did was disgusting, and multiple commenters have explained why. But why are you setting weight loss goals for your 16-year-old daughter who is currently at a perfectly normal weight for her height? A mum encouraging her daughter to be healthy is one thing, but encouraging her to lose 28 pounds? Don't you realize that by doing that you are also encouraging her to feel self-conscious about her weight? NTA. It was a shit thing for her to do, and she didn't listen when you explained it to her over phone. If her social media following is the only thing she cares about, then she can listen to them. NTA. Your sister did some major damage to your daughter's self-esteem by editing that photo. She made it seem like your daughter wasn't good enough for her precious internet points, and it will take time to repair that damage. You have every right to be upset. Personally, I wouldn't allow her to post any pictures of her at all. My sister is obsessed with her Instagram, like she posts 3 to 4 times a day. She's got an appearance and standards. I don't need to read beyond this. I mean I will, to know she's the asshole. I have yet to hear of an influencer who isn't a terrible human being. Still, I'm changing my answer to except your daughter, because you should not be pushing weight loss at her age. You're not helping her self-confidence by feeding her body anxiety. AITA reads on. She promotes health. Cod for fat shaming. I swear the next arsehole who uses this is going to be crushed by my squishy bulk of wrath. NTA. WTF. At 13 stone she's what, 82 kilograms? If she's 180 centimeters, almost 5 feet 11, she wouldn't even be overweight. Maybe curvy but certainly not chubby, or in need of editing. It's one thing to edit your own photos, but another to do it to your teenage niece, especially when it's fully unnecessary. This is coming from someone who is 175 centimeters and hovers between 75/80 kilograms. It's really fucking hard work to get down to 70 kilograms/11 stone. I wish your daughter the best of luck with her goals. Hopefully your sister hasn't put her off. I was going for NTA until I read the comments saying that in fact your daughter weight is just normal with her height. Your sister is obviously an asshole, but the way you wrote it made me think that your kid was obese. Are you sure she's not sensitive about her weight? Because you've been pressuring her, even without realizing. Encourage her to do activities and sports and balance her diet if she doesn't yet, but she doesn't need to drop so much weight. She's 16. All this thing about weight, when it's not even an issue to her, could easily add to anxiety, depression and an eating disorder. Except your poor daughter. Your sister is tough for obvious reasons, but your daughter isn't fat at the weight she is now. Even if she were, the current medical recommendation is a goal of healthy habits and weight maintenance for kids, because they are still growing. Yes, even a 16-year-old girl. Please get her off the scale, and if the diet was your idea, please apologize. Your sister can go kick rocks, though. Mostly your sister, but 23-year-olds can be pretty dumb and lack foresight, and your reaction was harsh and inappropriate. Her editing a pic like that was a horrible thing to do, and she should have known how detrimental that would be to the daughter emotionally, and to claim she's doing it because she promotes health is laughable. But as tempting as lashing out online might be, especially for the karma, that kind of public anger isn't going to help de-escalate the situation, and probably won't help her change. It seems like your daughter looks up to her aunt in some way at least, for this to have such an effect on her, so I understand the anger and possible sense of betrayal, but going to her personally, rather than publicly shaming her would have been better, especially if you want to mend that relationship, and remain close to your sister. Make sure she knows how devastating an act like that can be to a self-conscious 16Y/O girl from someone she admires. Remind her that truly promoting health means being honest about your own health and that of others, and encouraging those like your daughter who are working to get healthier, etc. Our goal is to get her down to 11 stones. Sister editing the picture without your daughter asking your husband for defending your 23-year-old sister for a comment you made on your social media defending his daughter. Your daughter has no one who loves her the way she is when she is 16. How will she ever learn to love herself if the people who are supposed to love her unconditionally don't demonstrate that? If your daughter's goal is to get to 11 stone, then you can support her in that by providing her the education and food she needs. But that's her goal, not your goal. Your goal should be to show her she is loved, regardless of how she looks on the outside.